Hello, this is Joseph Wilcox. I'm doing Jack Arnold's work. I'm still on assignment 3, Unit 31. This is part 5, final one on stress. First question I asked my client was, how often do you feel stressed or panicked from everyday situations? He replied to this saying rarely. So I've got to say that's good, just everyday situations like maybe being late for work by a few minutes. Not being able to find a petrol station quick enough, just simple, silly things like that. Having to wait for someone to come out and they're not coming out, taking too long. If you're driving behind a slow car or a learner, just simple things like that. It doesn't get stressed or panicked from everyday situations. This is positive because stress, the way it works, it kind of builds up and leads to depression, anxiety. It's kind of a harmful reaction people have to pressures of life, sort of thing, and it's kind of like demands placed on them. That's how it feels for them. So when you're stressed, you feel, oh, I've got to do this, I've got to do this, I can't do this, I can't cope with everything. You start almost losing attention, not focusing, because you feel like all the pressure is being placed on you. So then there's been a total number of cases work-related stress of depression or anxiety in 2015 was around 440,000. So that shows that it's not just a small amount. It's not just that one person who can't handle life. It's a serious condition. Stress can be very, very dangerous if allowed to build up. If you're behind the learner, then yeah, you might think, oh, he's going slow and just stay there. Then next thing you know, you turn onto another road behind another learner, you start going, oh, come on. And the next thing you know, there's red lights and then someone bumps into the back of you. Now, that's all covered by your insurance. Now, if you just allow stress to build up, you might end up flipping out, fighting, having a go at people, and you might not be as fun to be around. Therefore, it's good that is rarely stressed, as it means it won't be enough to build up and really affect him. Areas for improvement, obviously, there's stuff like relaxing techniques, so you can start breathing, or positive self-talks. That's a stress management technique. Just saying to yourself, everything's fine, I'm not rushing, I'm all good. Just reassuring yourself that everything's okay if someone isn't there to do it for you. So an area for improvement is just try and use different techniques to try and counter your stress. Just try and relax and not get stressed by simple everyday matters. Although that is easier said than done. So then the health risks. I don't think I have to mention this because I've already spoke about it, but it does lead to stuff like depression and anxiety, which kind of come under stress. And but as well as that, it can lead to all sorts of different stuff. It can lead to hypertension. It can lead to stroke. Build-up of stress can lead to stuff like heart attacks, high blood pressure, which my father has because of stress. He built up high blood pressure. It can also lead to stuff like angina and ulcers, which aren't nice at all. So when you're feeling stressed, this can be stuff like what am I doing, who am I with, how you felt emotionally. Ask yourself questions like this. This could be a tactic. What were you thinking? What you started doing? How you felt physically? And start rating your stress out of 10, with 10 being the most stressed. Just a stress management technique like that would actually mean that, yes, I'll realise I'm getting stressed off of this, so in future I'll have to be careful of this certain situation. If it's when you're driving and you keep on noticing that you're saying, I'm 9 out of 10 stressed, I'm really stressed, I'm feeling angry and I'm with a person, I'm getting annoyed at them, then you'll know that for the next time. You'll be able to say, okay, let's just keep my calm because there's actually nothing wrong. I'm just getting stressed over this. Also stuff like goal setting. So if you set yourself goals, say, not a goal as in, then I want to do this much work by then, because that's just adding pressure on. If you set yourself goals like, okay, I'm not going to be worried about silly little stuff that doesn't matter over this, and then you can try and just relax, because you know that's not the most important. One thing that is really common to stress people out is time management. So if you get into work late, if you're in a rush and you can't go fast, if you're behind a slow car and you're taking a lot of time driving around, you can't get past them, that can be a big thing. Also, physical activity relieves stress. Physical activity produces endorphins relieve stress, and when people who relieve stress obviously don't get stressed, they're more happy. So the second question asked him is, does the work or job you do make you feel stressed? He says when a time limit comes into it. So a good thing about this is that it doesn't normally get stressed. He could be working through it all day and it doesn't really get stressed at all about it. He doesn't find the work too hard, so he doesn't get head up about that. The key thing of what he says, and this is the area for improvement, is when a time limit comes into it. Time limit. So as I just mentioned, one of the key things is time management. So if you're late for work, then you do get stressed automatically, thinking, I've got to be there, I'm not there, and you start automatically going over it in your head. So then, I agree with him. It's a very honest answer. It sounds very common, to be honest. One thing I can suggest, and this is as silly as it sounds, if you go to a speed awareness course, due to speeding, and they go through all these different types and show you what could happen if you go fast. They say, what's your main thing for speed? What's the main reason for speeding? A lot of people say time. I'm behind on time, I'm late for work, I'm behind on this. I haven't got enough time to do that, so I have to try and rush. Now, they said, okay, can you think of any solutions for that? And the only real solution is leave earlier. Now, that's as common, or it sounds as simple as that. Obviously, you can't always leave earlier, but if you get to work for 8, and you're just getting late every time, it's 7:30 when you're leaving, go back 10 minutes. Doesn't matter if you're there 5 minutes early. What can you do? You can sit there for 5 minutes, you can stare at the wall for 5 minutes, you can read your phone for 5 minutes, read a book for 5 minutes. It doesn't make a difference for 5 minutes. But if you're 5 minutes late, then that's just built up a load of stress for you, got you in a load of trouble, and you'll be struggling to deal with it. So the area for improvement is simply try and leave earlier, try and set out to work earlier. Try and set out when you're going out for the evening, just set out a little bit earlier. Just try and start getting ready earlier so you're not rushing. Like what I always do is I say I'm going out in 10 minutes, I'll get changed in 5 minutes and I'll sit there on my phone. Now if you get changed straight away, get all ready, then you can sit there for the next 5 minutes on your phone. But if you do it the other way around, you're just rushing yourself. So always try and do everything earlier than you need to. Because if you do your work, the assignments which have been set, or the work that you've been set before the time limit, it means that you can either go over it or you can just relax. Whereas if you're leaving it to the last minute to complete the work, it's going to build up a load of stress, not make your work as good and all that. So for this, the health risks, it can really build up. It can lead to stuff like strokes and heart attacks, because more pressure is put on you, your heart will struggle to cope with it. You might think it's all in your mind, but your heart is pumping the blood around faster and faster while you're getting stressed. And with the rising blood pressure, if it keeps on speeding up and keep on having to stay at that high speed and not getting a chance to relax, it's almost like just keep on exercising. But it does need time to relax at the end of the exercise. Whereas if you're stressed all day, it's not relaxing, it's just basically like it's playing a football match for the entire day. It won't last, it'll give you a heart attack, strokes, other stuff like that, really bad effects there could be. So that's obviously the way to improve. Just try and relax, try and manage your time a little bit better, leave earlier. get all ready before you need to, do your work before you need to. I know that's in the ideal world. It's very easy saying do your work earlier so that you're not in a rush. But it does work, I'm afraid. Yes, I'm saying just do it quicker. That's kind of putting stress on you. But the way that you should be looking at it is if I do it now, then it's done. And just reducing stress. So positive frame of mind and a positive self-talk, so reassuring yourself that everything's fine, you're doing okay, all you need to do is this and then you're all good. Just doing simple things like that can relieve stress. So that's what I would suggest anyway. So then the third question I asked him, third out of four question on stress, I asked, how do you reduce your stress levels? So, for example, is it deep breathing? Is it by playing sport? Is it by having a bath or something? He says he reduces his stress by running, and he likes running, so he does that 3 to 4 times a week. So the strength for this, one, you're getting exercise. We've already been over exercised in the first part of the 5 on assignment 3, when we go over exercise and the benefits of it and everything, and the way how it can stop you from getting illnesses and all that. That really is a strength. It can build muscles, keep fitness up. Your self-image will feel better if you think, yeah, I've got a bit of muscle. You might feel more confident, and that can affect you in everyday life. It can affect you with friends, with women, with men, just with work. The way that you rub off on people before might think, oh, look at him, he's okay. And then next thing you know, oh, wow, look at him, he's glowing, he's almost like bouncing off the walls. Seems excited. I wonder what he's excited about. So that's the benefits of exercise and what it can do for you. But the area for improvement is he's kind of relying how to reduce his stress on running. Now, although that's good, 1 day, 2 days of the week, 3 days a week, or even the whole week, if you're really, really busy, you might not be able to go for a run. You might have to find another way. You might have to think, okay, today I'm going to just have to have a long, relaxing bath, or today I'm just going to have to watch a film in bed and just lie back and relax. Because saying I'm going to go for a run every time might not work. You might say I'm going to go for a run, then you might not get time to go for a run. Or if you get an injury, then you need to find a different way. So there are a few different things that you can do to reduce stress. Running's good, but if you didn't do running, I would recommend having a bath, long relaxing bath. Try to get to bed earlier, get more sleep. That can relax your mind, give you a good dream and relax altogether. Just take some weight off your heart from the stress, how it's having to pump twice as fast as normal, which can be a good health benefit if you get more sleep. That can be good. But I'd also recommend doing all that sort of stuff as well as running. Another way that you can do is talking to people. So if you have friends that you're very close with, or family, you can always just go and talk to them about stuff. So I'm getting stressed about this, because you don't always need to call the helpline, you don't always need to have a bath to relax. You could just ask somebody else's opinion. Sometimes, we've all done it, sometimes the answer's so obvious, it's staring you in the face, you haven't even noticed it and you're getting het up about it. Like I've done it before in school and in college, when the answer is right there in front of you, it's almost written out in front of you, and you get stressed, I don't know, I can't do it. And then you ask someone and they say, oh, just do it this way. And you think, how simple was that? That can be a right easy way, and a good way to improve communication and friendship and how close your family are, because it means that you turn into them to help, and that really is good, because it can help. You might not help, but if they can't help you, then what have you lost? Like, nothing. It's just they can't help, you can do something else. It's just worth a try. So then I would say stress management techniques, just try doing different sort of exercises, different ways of relieving stress, having a bath, getting in bed earlier, all those sort of things. So setting yourself goals, say, okay, today I'm going to do running just to relax myself, and then the next day, okay, I'm going to get to bed, half an hour earlier, get a little bit more sleep, relax my muscles and body for better of half an hour than normal. And you might even feel the effects straight away. Sometimes when you go out running, you might think, oh, I'm fine, and your head almost clears instantly. It's almost like poof, and your head's totally clear. So this can really reduce the hypertension. It's gonna decrease. It can actually go the opposite way of causing heart attacks and strokes. It can also reduce the chance of you having heart attacks or strokes if you keep on relaxing and making sure that you don't get stressed. Just simple relaxing techniques like breathing. Just sit down and take a deep breath and think everything's alright, and that can just something simple like that can help reduce stress. So you might not always need to go for a run, so you don't have to go for a run every day if you have a bad day. You can just do other techniques to relax. So then my final question, which I asked my client, is, do you feel like you don't have time to do any hobbies outside of work? So one of the things that can really annoy you is I want to do golf outside of work, yet you're working 9 till 5 every day. When you get back, the golf course is closed, and weekends you can't go. Just something like that. You can think, I want to go next week, I want to go next week, I want to go next week, I want to go, and that once again is just a build up of stress. Something so simple as wanting to do a hobby can be stressful if you don't get to do it. So we said sometimes as I struggle to go for a run in the day. So sometimes he's too busy to go for a run, or injured, or can't go for a run that day. So that means that he doesn't have time to do hobbies outside of work, and that can also lead to him getting stressed and not feeling happy with himself, not feeling the effects of his exercise or stress relaxing techniques and all that. So the strength of it though is that he wants to go for the run. He doesn't always find time. So it's not that he doesn't want to do it, it's that he can't find time. So it's not so easy to make time, but it's easier when you want to do it because you're happy to do it and happy to do other things like it to replace it. So an area for improvement. Try and find time. If not, just relax in a different way. Find a different hobby maybe. I know it sounds a bit silly, but if you can't go running at the end of the day, why not think, okay, I'll try doing a nighttime sport. I'll try cycling. Because if you can't run at night, you might be able to cycle indoor at a little place near you, or you might think, I'll go to the gym, because the gym will be open and it'll be lit up and you'll be able to go at night times. So it's just different hobbies that you might be able to do. That's what I'd recommend anyway. I would try to fit it in. So set yourself goals, maybe say, I'm going to do it once this week, twice this week or more. And just try and find the time. If you can't find the time, don't get stressed, just work around it. Think, okay then, I'll try a different hobby, being as I can't do this one. And you never know. People are now, have thought, I want to do this sport. And then next thing you know, it clashes with a different sport and say, actually I'm going to do that one. And many people are very good at different sports. Totally unaware that they can do the one in the spare time, but they can't do the other. So then, stress management techniques for this. I'd say time management as well. Yeah, you might not always be able to have time, but if you think, okay, I'm going to set myself half an hour on a Monday to do it, just to relax myself and relieve stress, then that can be a key thing. Time management. If you're just thinking, I'm going to go for a run sometime this week, it might never happen. You might day after day think, actually I can't be bothered, or actually I'm doing this, and you never really set yourself time. You're never really making sure that you do it. So time management can be a key thing. I would suggest doing exercise to relieve stress as well, as he does. If he didn't, I would suggest him to do so, because it's got a good chance of reducing stroke and heart attacks. Obviously it doesn't prevent them, but it does reduce the chance of them. So that is another good thing. So that's my 5 different areas all covered of assignment 3, Jack Arnold's work. I'm Joseph Wilcox, so thanks for listening.